Hey guys, Ben here, and in today's video I'm giving you 5 business ideas for 2020. This video is for you if you're looking to start out, create your own business, create your own financial freedom, then stay tuned for my 5 tips. So business idea number 1, become a content creator. Now this has become really popular, especially with the explosion of social channels, ad revenues, brand deals and things like that. You know, most people are aware of the Instagram influencers and the brand endorsement deals. This also applies to things like YouTube, where people have their own channels. It might be to do with photography and they teach people all sorts of things about cameras, but then when new cameras come out, they might review them, they'll put their link up, and if someone buys a camera through that link, then they get a commission from whoever they're advertising it for, whether that be Amazon or someone else. And anybody can sign up to these platforms, get their own affiliate link, and off they go. You know, brand endorsement deals, things like that are a little bit harder to get, but they're not impossible. Brands are now on the lookout for niche content creators who are creating really good content around that subject matter to align their brand with, because they know the people are really interested in that subject matter. They trust what you say, and the people doing this really well, they don't just accept any brand deal or any offer to promote people's products. It has to align with their audience. They will only do the best thing for their audience, and their audience knows that. So one of the best starting places is by creating content that you are passionate about around your niche subject. So that is number 1. Business idea number 2, creating info products and courses based around your knowledge. So the way that I've put all of these suggestions together, they're all stackable, so you can work your way through. You could skip, move to one or the other. But especially if you're already a content creator, then building info products or courses is a really good way of you packaging up your knowledge in a really learnable way for somebody else that is passionate about getting into that subject matter. And it is a great way to be able to scale your revenue, because through teaching through info courses, info products and courses, you're able to teach a lot more people than if you were having that one-to-one lesson with them. You're also able to kind of update it as you go, build on it, and it can be a very profitable business if done right. So business idea number 3, become a coach or a consultant. So when I'm talking about this, I would be talking more of a higher level coach or consultant. If you were going to be dealing with people on a one-to-one basis or in a very small group, then you would want to charge more money for that, because it is a totally tailored, bespoke one-to-one solution. So you could stack that with the other products. If we go back to the beginning, as a content creator, you're creating content for everybody, typically for free. Then you're bolting on your info products and your courses that people that are serious can buy to learn. And it might be then that you stack the coach or consultancy on top of that. So you end up with, a lot of people have like a mastermind group or something like that, where people that are really serious about taking it to the next level would get more bespoke one-to-one coaching. You'd be able to charge more for that. But for the people looking to get into that, you just need to be aware that this will be limited by your time. The amount of people you can bring on is limited by your time. Therefore, you have to calculate how much you would charge for that service carefully, because you want to make sure that you don't run out of time, but you're not earning enough to support what you've just created. So option number 4 is create a micro agency. Again, stackable with all of the previous examples. Say you were coaching and consulting on your specific niche. I'm not talking about going, if you're consulting people on Instagram and that's kind of what you've niched down to, you're specializing all about Instagram, teaching people about that. You don't then go and set up a full service agency where you can offer everything. It's just you would scale that micro agency. You build a micro agency around that niche of a niche. Yeah, so Instagram, but then you would scale a micro agency around that so that you would bring in other people to help with some of the heavy lifting, to do some of the more specialist tasks. You'd be able to start building your revenue more that way. So it's a way of progressing from a coach or consultant that's really limited by time into more of a business that could potentially run without you in there doing the day-to-day work. And my last but definitely not least business idea for 2020 is create your own e-commerce store. Now, a lot of people get put off by this because they think I can't afford to go and buy stock. You know, I don't want, you know, what if I bought a load of stock or had a load of stuff made and, you know, I didn't sell any of it? What if it didn't work? Okay, there's a way that you can create your own e-com store. You can test the waters before even having to buy any stock, and that is through drop shipping. You can utilize stores such as Shopify. They are very, very good and very, very cheap. You can then utilize drop shipping companies such as AliExpress. And you are able to find products through there that you want to sell on your store. You create the product description, you know, you set the prices, you market the product, but then when somebody buys it, you get the order, you get paid the money, and immediately you then place the order with your supplier. They ship the product direct to your customer, and it all works quite seamlessly. Now, you can take it a step further from there by, once you've identified products that sell well, you can then go and negotiate with suppliers yourself to create your own branded products that you sell. And you can normally get much better margin, you can customize them a lot more. But while we are talking about customizing, it's always worth talking to the suppliers through places like AliExpress, because a lot of them can brand, or they could send things out in your own custom box for not a lot more. If you wanted to sell, say, t-shirts or hoodies or leggings, things like that, there are plugins for Shopify where you can create your own bespoke designs, and it's called print on demand. They will only, when somebody buys your certain print in a certain size and a certain garment, they will then print that for you and again send it out to your supplier, but you are only paying once you've got sales in. So it's a really, really good way of starting an e-com store. I'd highly recommend it because it is a very, very low cost way of starting your own business, e-com business. So that just about wraps up these 5 tips. I'd love to know if you're going to try any of these. So let me know in the comments below. And again, if you've got any questions, I'd love to hear from you.